Welcome back to Chicago Independent Television. And now a guest segment from the Chicago-based TV show Labor Beat. Here's an excerpt from their latest video, Who Will Stop the War?, in which we take a closer look at the protest organizing to find some controversy beneath the surface.
Some people are very upset with the fact that we feel that we had to reach out more towards the center of American political society if we're going to end the war. We had to reach out to anti-war Democrats. Some people don't particularly care for that. We have a number of aldermen who are going to be on the stage. Jen Schakowsky, who's I consider a very anti-war congresswoman, is going to speak here today. And some people don't like that. They want a coalition of the left rather than a coalition of the left and the center.
I think it meant a lot of the people that have been involved in anti-war organizing in Chicago over the years weren't necessarily invited to be a part of figuring out what this demonstration should look like and so on. So I think that that's sort of how the whole thing got started. I think since then, what's been a problem is, it's come out that with these public invitations for three people in particular, our two senators, Richard Durbin, Barack Obama, and then of course our mayor, Mayor Daley, that raised a lot of questions for a lot of people in the anti-war movement about whether or not, at least politically from the stage, how much this was going to be an anti-war demonstration. Clearly most of the people that are going to be, everybody that pretty much is going to be there to protest is going to be against the war. But it raised a lot of questions about these particular folks.
Mayor Daley himself is not truly anti-war. In fact, he's a very militaristic minded mayor. Under his plan, Renaissance 2010, military academies, full-time military academies, are being put into a number of the Chicago high schools, including this high school here where we're standing. This is Senn High School, and a naval academy was put in over the objections of the people. And just last week, he was at the inaugural of a Marine Corps Academy on the west side of Chicago, and now there are plans for an Air Force Academy. The plans are to have a military academy in each section of the city. So Mayor Daley is certainly not an anti-war speaker who should be invited. So far he hasn't accepted the invitation, but he should not even be invited.
When you invite a mayor whose police department has been given carte blanche by his administration to function with total impunity, to be held completely unaccountable for a just egregious history of torture and abuse and murder, a police department that shoots 4 times as many people here as the police department in New York does, that's not a recipe for encouraging people of color who largely bear the brunt of the actions of this police department. It doesn't encourage them to turn out.
Why else do I say that Richard Daley is a war maker? Because he is one of the chief organizers and promoters of the militarization of the schools of the city of Chicago. There are more military academies, more ROTC programs in this city than any other city in the United States. Even Houston, even Dallas has fewer military installations in their schools than does the city of Chicago. His game plan is to drive the workers of Chicago into the arms of the military. His game plan is go into the military or else my cops might shoot you down like a dog in the street. That's his game plan. That's why I say Daley is the biggest war maker in the city of Chicago.
But there are winners in this war, and let's remember that. We have Cheney's Halliburton. We have Eric Prince's Blackwater. We have the oil companies just salivating for all that oil. But the people are saying no, no to war. The American people have had it with this war. They say enough is enough. They have said that this war is done as far as they're concerned.
Schakowsky's support for Mayor Daley's militarization of Chicago public high schools is an example of the kind of hypocrisy we're facing with the Democrats right now. I mean, even though you can support a lot of what she does, I've seen her get up and back up everything Daley's doing. She doesn't do it in the suburban high schools in her congressional district, only in the public high schools in the city of Chicago. It's sheer hypocrisy. It's a class bias, and people got to keep calling her out on it until she shuts up and comes over to our side and denounces the program.
I have to tell you that I do not have a philosophical opposition to having an option of Naval Academy. So you don't have to clap now. Don't worry.
The imperialist bloc will be going up towards the main rally at Union Park.
We are leading a feeder march that left from the recruiting center underneath the University Center dorms by Columbia College Chicago. We were marching down and going to meet up with a larger protest that was happening at Union Park. We tried to get the march to keep on moving, and it was very disorganized at that point when the police started moving in. They split up our march. Kids were trying to cross the street. Two of the individuals who were arrested were trying to cross the street to join the march again, when the police threw them on the ground, hit them with the batons, and hit their heads against the ground. Cops came in from all directions very, very quickly. There were some undercover cops that were within our crowd that ended up arresting the children. We didn't realize that they were cops until this started happening.
Let him go! Get your knee off his head! Officer, respect for him! Don't move resistance! Stop resisting!
When the incident took place, the police started asking for the leaders. The two kids that were arrested from Columbia College Chicago were at the front of the march. We don't know if they mistook them for leaders, etc., but they had initially asked for the leaders from SDS, and it was World Can't Wait that was with us too.
Let's go, out the street, out the street, out the street.
I'm Andy Thayer, and you're watching Chicago Independent Television.
I see the soul of a nation, must be true 'cause I've seen it on TV.
About a year ago, Mark and I thought, air pollution, global warming, how can we make a difference? So Mark modified our car, some sort of homemade energy source.
The best part is the car emits only helium. Genius. Genius.
But the EPA says the energy we use in our home can cause twice the greenhouse gases of a car. So now I look for products that are in the Energy Star. Simple.
The EPA invites you to go to EnergyStar.gov to discover what you can do to reduce air pollution.